We're only going to show the best of the best chainsaws. All right, so that's a Noker 660. What do I need to do? I need to make sure they give me Noker branded clutch covers that they've had. They must have been out. The starter assay, I found out they are not using the best starter assay in China, so I'll have to help them with that. They didn't like the existing crankcases, so they built their own. That's kind of cool, but they'll be happy to know that their starter assays is not the best. So I'm going to get this. Matter of fact, I'm going to have another factory of mine take apart my Nokers and compare them to the best parts available. So I'm going to help Noker have absolutely the best, just like the one I took apart, the 13-minute video of the one I took apart. It's going to have that handle, because this is not the same at all, because no, it's not the same. So the orange ones that I have, we're going to have, anyway, long story short, this is really about Jerry Simmons. It's going to be a long and a short. It's going to be the discount. How to get the $75 or $100 discount, the Jerry Simmons discount. So, to my ugly mug, let's sit down for a minute and talk to you. So finally I got myself a little haircut. You know, I've been doing it since I was 16, and when I look in the camera, I could see there's one or two stragglers, but we just cleaned it up a little bit. Been cutting my own hair since I was 16 years old. I'm 51. That's a boatload of money saved. The $75 to $100 discount you're going to get for Jerry Simmons, what you need to do is you need to call him up based on his phone number that he wanted me to publish on YouTube. First he says I'm violating his privacy, and then he tells me to go ahead and publish his number. And then he says, well, now that you did that, now that you're going to do that, I'm going to publish your address. Okay. Publish my address, Jerry. It's easy to find. You know, what's somebody going to do to me? I carry a firearm. I will defend myself from you and anybody. I got cameras up. I don't keep hardly anything here at the house. It's in storage across town now. What do you want? Okay, so you $75 to $100 discount on Farmer Tech if you call Jerry Simmons and you get him to legit tell you the price that he's going to charge you for whatever it is that you're going to get from Jerry Simmons, whether it's a meet in the Louisiana, Mississippi area, or whether it's in person. I'm sorry, whether it's shipped. Okay, so it's got to be legit. It can't be some acting. The chainsaw cult cannot get together and just rack up 100 telephone calls with Jerry Simmons. But, you know, Jerry Simmons, it has to be a recorded telephone call with Jerry Simmons, and I have to get it on WhatsApp. Do you understand? Send it to me on WhatsApp. Now, the best way to record this telephone call would probably be with another cell phone, and you use speakerphone right up next to you like this, and then people generally don't know you're on speakerphone. And so get me a recorded telephone call of you and Jerry Simmons working out a Holtz Farmer deal, and I'll beat it by $75, $100 down to the price of what it's going to cost me with shipping to get it to you. You understand? So now, if you want to deal with Jerry Simmons, by all means, go ahead and deal with him. But I've got 3 videos on my channel of his fraud. Plus, one of those videos has the text messages about the 880 scam and the photographs. He tried to send me the photographs of a burned up 880 he got, and he was still running the 880 just fine. It didn't burn up on him. It was me talking to him about the guy in Ohio that ran the 1 to 50 milling with the 60-inch bar for 30 feet, and he burned up his pistons and cylinder pretty damn good with 1 to 50. So I don't recommend 1 to 50 on milling. I don't care who you are, how much experience or expert you are, or how much bullshit there is about you can run 1 to 50 no matter what. I don't buy that, okay? And I'm looking at a cylinder that's what he did. He bought still oil, 1 to 50. So I told Jerry Simmons about that when Jerry Simmons was midway through the progression of me understanding exactly how fraudulent he is. So if you want to deal with Jerry Simmons, you got his number. You know, he's a nice guy. He's likable. He's got a nice southern Magnolia, Mississippi. He says in his Facebook he lives in the same town as Bradley King. So they did a little luring thing to me. Now, you know what? My wife warned me, and she is a bit psychic. But when I went up there to Bradley King, I was wearing my shirt. I had my 9mm with me underneath my armpit. Brad King was a nice guy. But turns out he was scamming me. Turns out he was totally scamming me the whole time. You know? And immediately he turned on me on the internet. He says he didn't, but he did in the YouTube messages. He started leaving squirrely YouTube messages on my own freaking channel. Like, I'm not going to see them. You don't understand that they pop up on the freaking, they just pop up right there and I see them. He says he's not too familiar with FaceTube, as he calls it. But he, you know, I got him caught up online. He does a nice long video about and trying to insult me and shit, and wearing a pistol, and, you know, drinking from a styrofoam cup, and smoking a cigarette that goes out a bunch of times, or it's out and he's just holding the cigarette. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of funny. The jury's gonna watch it, of course. So I proved he stole my saws with serial numbers. It's on there. It's on the Camera Doesn't Lie video. It shows me over there recovering my stolen saws that they sent back from Indiana that they both lied about, saying they didn't do that. And now the story is I framed Doug, and I'm gonna ruin a good family man's life. I'm gonna ruin his life. He tried to make it where I couldn't be successful with Noker, and he lied and said I was selling cheap junky Chinese chainsaw Noker 381s, and the last one I ever sold, the only one I ever sold, was on the side of the highway in my video for the last 3 years, and I traded it out. The guy said the carburetor wasn't running. Then I had 10 for 3 years until they got improved, and then I switched the gas tanks and the carburetors. That's all on the channel. And then I've shown all the cylinders from all 8 of my 10. The 2 that I haven't shown are the 2 that went up to Indiana and came back because they sabotaged them, and they did it. Plus, there's DNA in them, and, you know, of course, they might be sitting in a DNA laboratory right now. Who knows? They might be in Wayne County, Indiana. So anyway, so now the strategy from Doug Philbeck is to blame the victim's going to blame his victim. So he's going to play the victim now. I framed him. How the fuck did I frame you, Doug? You are incredible. Aaron Higgins in West Virginia told me, you're dirty. You framed Doug. I framed Doug. You gave away those chainsaws and blah, blah, blah. Then you framed Doug. I got freaking text messages from Mississippi dudes saying, I threw away your chainsaws. They went in the trash. That's early on. I couldn't get my chainsaws back. The cops were involved a month and a half before you see me picking them up. I told the cops this guy wasn't giving me back my chainsaws. I got a written document from this guy about these chainsaws remain my property. We're supposed to do all of this stuff until August, and then at that point in time, you know, we will make a decision as to what we're going to do, and you're going to be porting these chainsaws for me, and they remain my property. Do you understand that, folks? Aaron Higgins in West Virginia? No, I don't think you're a toothless redneck. That was just the beautiful girl at the Love's truck stop I told you about. So Aaron sends me a message. You know, you're just like Trump. And that's the first message I get from the guy. What the hell kind of message is that? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just like Trump. I lust after Ivanka Trump. She's hot. He thinks she's hot. He wants to have sex with his daughter. I want to have sex with his daughter. I mean, you know, it sounds crude, but it's a joke. But it's true. You know, it's a true joke. So when he sends me a message and he says, you're just like Trump, I respond, you know, because I've said that before in like different places on the channel. And I hate Donald Trump. So if that's a problem for anybody, either get over it or get gone. So, and if you love you some Donald Trump, there's a lot of things you don't know about the law. There's a lot of things you don't know about being a true, honest patriot. Like, for example, a person that's fought in the wars to keep us free. You know, bone spurs, you know. They're suckers if they join the military. Now, no, I don't have military experience. My dad retired an Army major, though. So I'm proud of my dad. And he was in Vietnam as well, in infantry. So back to me in these messages. So it said, this is going to have to be a chainsaw diary, by the way. A non-stalked chainsaw diary, because I'm not walking in the neighborhood where I can get stalked by Jerry Simmons, who's stalking me when I'm walking on the chainsaw diaries. So that's why you got a discount, $75 to $100, if you get him on the recorded line. So this guy said this stuff about Trump, and I go on, yeah, I want, you know, Ivanka, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? I said, and then I looked him up real quick where he's at, West Virginia. So like within seconds, I'm like, yeah, how's it going in West Virginia? And he's like, oh, how'd you know that? I mean, come on, folks. And so I said, you know, I was in West Virginia, and I saw the most beautiful girl. Man, she was so gorgeous. She was beautiful. This was just a year or two ago. Man, she was so beautiful. It was at a Love's truck stop, man. And there was mountains on each side. It was like the only thing around was this Love's truck stop. It was kind Kind of sad that they built the Love's truck stop in such a beautiful place, but when you stop, you like look around and it's like beautiful, man. So I go into the Love's truck stop and I get myself a big Coca-Cola or something because that's what's made my belly fat. So this young woman, she was about 20. She was just gorgeous, beautiful, kind of reddish blondish hair. And then she smiled and she had rotted teeth out. She had real bad rotted teeth. They were like missing. I mean, my teeth aren't that great. They're not that great. Some people have made fun of me. Some of the people in the chainsaw cult, I think he says metal and wood's long lost dentures. I mean, I got solid teeth for the most part, but I mean, they're not perfectly straight. I don't care. I don't care. But this poor young woman, her teeth were all rotted out. So then Aaron Higgins is saying, "You must think I'm a redneck with rotted teeth." And I'm like, "No, I don't think that about you, Aaron." And I gave him the benefit of the doubt, talking to him for such a long time. And then he kept telling me stupid crap like, "You framed Doug. I don't know what to believe. Doug's a good guy." No, Doug is not a good guy if he'll get some stolen chainsaws and do a fraudulent review and do what he did in that video with his language and with the conniving crap that he was trying to do. And he still got it up there. So I'm suing Doug Philbeck in federal court and the other guys too. Okay? Like, subscribe, share. This is Chainsaw Diaries. This is the non-stalkable Chainsaw Diaries because I'm not out in the neighborhood. So now my health is deteriorating because I'm being stalked. So I'm gonna play the victim. If y'all want to make me I'm gonna play the victim like Doug. Right? No, I'm gonna be walking. And Jerry, if I see you in the neighborhood, I want to walk up to your ass and take a picture of your mug right where you sit. You understand? And I've already called the sheriff, and I'll call him again. And it's not like I can't handle my own shit. I can. But if I have a self-defense matter where I have to defend my life with self-defense, I sure as hell want to have told the sheriff's office that I need this man dealt with. Okay? You understand what that's all about? Okay? Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. Take care. Comment.